what happened was that I had gone through all the cards, and there were some that I really did like for a lot of reasons. There were things I liked in all different ones, and this is sort of a name that's a combination of a couple of the things I saw in some of the cards. But one of the things that my husband Tim, who obviously years ago helped me launch small groups, has always told me is, Renee, you have a name, really say what you're all about. And so I kept thinking about that, and none of the names totally embodied everything of simplistically of what I felt like we were all about. And as I was driving actually to work one morning, minding my own business, this whatever. So this name just flew through my head, and I thought, I wonder if I've heard that before. Maybe it was probably on one of the cards, and I actually walked right into my office and got all the cards out and reread them again, thinking that must have been one of the names that somebody said, and that's why it's popping in my head this morning. And as I said it, I just kept rolling it around and around, and I thought, man, this really says, who we are. And I actually, I don't know, it's just me, but I always go through this whole process, that I go through whenever I do something. And I got online and I Googled it, and I saw that this name had been used before. And I thought, okay, the truth of the matter is that HomeMakers had been used before. This was not a new name that I thought up. It was actually born out of the fact that I'd gone to a HomeMakers group for several years, and just thought, well, if I'm going to do a group like that, I'll just call it HomeMakers. So, and there's nothing that's copyrighted, these aren't copyrighted names. So I started to think about, okay, I'm going to help you guys say the name, okay? Because it's not that hard, really, when you think about it, what the name is. Number one, what do I call you guys all the time? Girls. Okay, so here's the deal. Everybody kept saying, no, you got to call it women. You got to call it. But no, I don't have to call it anything. I can do whatever I want. My group. And the fact is that I also thought about the fact it's not just the fact that I call you girls. I talk a lot about the fact that we're girls in grown-up bodies. I also talk about the fact that I was telling my husband, because he questioned it, and I said, well, Tim, I said, let me ask you something. When you go out with the guys, do you see I go out with my boyfriends? He said, no. I said, but what do girls say? They go out with their woman friends? No, they go out with their girlfriends. So I said, girls is a really appropriate name. It's really not an age-specific name. And so it started out with girls, and then I thought about the most underlying thing that I feel like embodies us. If I was to take one word out of the Bible, one word that describes where we've all come from, what we've all experienced, who we are, it would be the word grace. I mean, we are all a product of grace. The fact that we meet here week after week, and I don't have to bust up fights between all of you. Seriously, you guys, seriously, we are an eclectic group. We are a very unique group. There's not a lot of groups like this. You may not know it. Maybe you've only come to this group. You don't know what's out there. Most people I talk to that are in ministry would really never want to do what I do. I can't believe you do that with all those girls. Week after week. Doesn't it drive you crazy? No, we love each other so cool. And so the new name is going to be Girls of Grace. And you know what? Let it just settle in on you. Now, I don't care right now if you just feel like, I don't know, maybe I don't like that. Let me see, Girls of Grace, Girls of Grace. And let me say this, we're not doing the letters. It's not going to be GOG. Because GOG in the Bible is totally bad. It's like a devil nation or something. I don't know, it's bad. So, GOG at that times is bad. So don't ever say like, you're going to GOG. Please don't do that ever to me. Don't do that. Our logo is going to be this beautiful, Kevin Wires up in graphics is working on. It's going to be a beautiful G and a G. And he wanted me to wait till the last week of the year to announce it because he was going to have it emblazoned up behind me. That's what's going to be on the t-shirts. But anyways, it's called Girls of Grace. And it's just, to me, it is who we are. Now, I want to say something. There is a Girls of Grace organization, if you go online, and they do conferences. It's through the Point of Grace, I think, group or something, and they do them for teenage girls. It's all good. I thought, fine, so I do Women of Grace. That's a big channel on the Catholic channel. So, on whatever that Catholic channel is, it's huge, Women of Grace. So, because I know, people say, why don't you just do Women of Grace? I don't know, it just sounds too mature for me. Seriously, you guys, I can't do it. I'm sorry. As long as you have me, it is Girls of Grace. So.